never going to ostracise anyone who potentially could have left on the side. Is this exactly why? And how impressed were you by his?
Yeah, look, I don't feel the need to. I think irrespective of a player's individual sort of situation, and they're all in different situations. Unless a player expressly says to me or desires that he wants to leave, and I kind of know his headspace somewhere else, I don't see any reason to separate him from the group, because they're part of our football club, and Eric's been part of this football club for a very long time, and every day again he's another one who's just he's trained hard. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities, as you said, but that's because we've been pretty settled in terms of our back form. We haven't had the need to put him in there, but he's always been ready to be called up, and now he gets the opportunity. I thought he did well the other night. It was a hard game to come into, and because firstly he's come on with 10 men, and then he's had to play with 9 men, and as a defender there's going to be some challenges there, but I thought he handled it really well, and just his experience I think will be important for us, particularly with Mickey's absence, and obviously Romero being out for 3 games. Just his experience at this level I think will be important to us.
I mean, he's got amazing experience. Ashley Phillips obviously hasn't made his debut yet, but I would have thought he's someone you'd be considering bringing in. Do you think he'd be ready to start?
Look, again, Ash is part of the first team. He trains every day. He's available for selection. If he gets an opportunity, then it'll be up to him. There's no, I'm not going to manufacture things for people. Everything they get, they earn. And if they're selected, they're selected because I think they're going to help us win. If they're not selected, they've got to just keep working hard and wait for their opportunity.
And just on Maddison, how do you sort of go about replacing what he's giving to the team? Is it something you hope will be done with one player, or do you think it's tweak the system?
Yeah, look, I don't think you can replace it, but I've said that before. I think the system kind of adjusts to the individuals within it, and we didn't create a system for Matters. It was, we had a system and Matters fit into that, and he brought his own qualities to it. Obviously, whoever we bring in to replace isn't going to be the same player. It's a different player, so he's going to bring different sort of qualities to it. But it won't change our overall sort of structure or intent in the way we want to play. It's just there's going to be some variances in there that, because of the nature of a different player being in there. But, I'm just disappointed for Matters, because I think he's had an unbelievable start to the season. He's probably been one of the best players in the whole competition, and, I know he was really looking forward to sort of striving for more, and disappointed for him that that's been interrupted for the short term.
There's a lot of focus after BAR, lots of things on Monday. But one thing maybe, do you think the players were slightly overhyped in any way, and 2 players sent off? It does seem like they were very much in control of the game for the first 10 minutes.
No, because like I said, the first 20 minutes I thought we were outstanding. Look, the Romero challenge wasn't a great challenge. It deserved to be a red card. He got a red card. So, Destiny 2 yellow cards. The second one was a bit of just a desperate lunge in, a little bit of inexperience. I don't think there was anything more than that, but again, deserved a red card. So you take your punishment and move on.
Just on the high line, there's been a lot of focus on that. When in that situation, such an extreme situation, I guess, than that, did you believe that was the best way to get points, to get a draw and to win the game? Or was it something you thought was important for the wider relief?
I don't try and lose games purposely, trust me. I'm very much on trying to win a game of football, and it's I get that people it's slightly unconventional, that I kind of understand, and but you don't get to Australia, to the Premier League, by being conventional. And trust me, this is not the first time that people have questioned my madness, but it's got me to where I am, and I'll continue to do it because I believe we can win that way, not because of any other reason. So, I think there was times on Monday night where we kind of it went to an extreme length, only because I think the players felt like that was our best way to stay in the game and try and get the equaliser we needed. And there was some aspects of it which probably made it a little bit easier for Chelsea to break through. But the flip side of that was, I really liked the players' mentality and intent of, they wanted to get back in the game, trying to play our football rather than sort of revert to some other sort of methods which, can work as well.
Paul?
This is the first time you've really faced much adversity this season, playing in this season.
My first test, yeah? Losing the greatest ever player of this competition the day before the season starts, piece of cake. We lost 2 players to almost season-ending injuries. Don't worry about it. Mate, there are tests all the time. There's only, in my whole career, I've figured out there's only 2 states of being as a manager. You're either under siege or it's coming, right? That's the only thing. So I know, I'm well aware of kind of every day that nothing ever runs smooth. There's always challenges out there. What I try and do, I think I mentioned last week, is not change my state of being. It is what it is, whatever the challenge is, and there's always challenges. Hopefully, I try and focus on what's the most important. What's the most important thing is we're still building a football club, trying to build a team to be successful, an environment where people want to win and be ambitious. That's not going to change from week to week depending on what's happening. So, this is a different challenge and we're going to have to deal with it. Like I said, it's fairly extreme even for a guy in my experience that you lose 5 sort of players in one game. But it is what it is. But that doesn't mean that that's any easier than everything we've faced so far. And, I think it's a little bit sort of being disrespectful to this group of players to say that everything's gone their way, because I reckon from the first game where, we kind of, we're Brentford away, we concede a VAR penalty. Our goal scorer has to come off after 10 minutes at a difficult venue that they fought their way back to get something out of it. I think there's been from day one a real resilience in the group and character, and they're going to have to show it again, but I think the evidence is that it's already there. I reckon I'm there now. Yeah, I reckon I'm in amongst it. Although I did win Manager of the Month, so they should give me 5 minutes of it. Grace, anyway.
Thanks, Tom.
And given that Monday first defeat, and obviously the nature of the defeat as well, not a kind of scoreline on your team, crazy game, which you've obviously mentioned already. How important is it for not just the confidence of your players, but also the complexion at the top of the league table that you get back to winning ways tomorrow and kind of Monday's defeat starting to up the whole road?
Yeah, well, you're making a lot of assumptions there that's kind of been driving us so far, and it hasn't been. Our position on the ladder, our unbeaten record is not what's been driving us. What's been driving us is, trying to improve our performances, try and be really consistent in the way we play our football. And, the other night there was plenty of evidence that we were still doing that. So that's where our focus is. We just got to keep sort of playing our football and trying to improve as a team, trying to sort of embed all of the stuff we need to make us, strong for all the challenges ahead. And it's no different tomorrow, irrespective of what happened last week, whether we won, lost, or drew, or our position on the table. What's more important is, like I said, we keep playing our football and trying to improve those areas.
James, and then finish with George, please.
Just to clarify one thing, do either of the 2 players, Mickey or James Maddison, do they need an operation?
No.
There's no chance of that. It's just.
Okay, finish with George, please.
Hey, bud.
Obviously, Vicario leading Super role quite a little bit out of form, but we haven't seen it as much, maybe because of Mickey's recovery pace. But he did it really well for the last part on Monday. Is that kind of something that you will see a bit more now because Mickey's recovery pace?
No, not necessarily. Like I said, I think, obviously, we spoke about it last night that we felt, last game, that we felt Vic was probably going to have to be more aggressive in his positioning in the second half with what we were trying to do. So he kind of started off in a higher position than normal. But, again, 11v11, I don't expect there to be too much of a difference from what he's done so far. But like I said, he does have the capacity to do that. And it's one of the attractions I had, because, it does become important when you want to be aggressive with your line that you have a keeper who's not hesitant in coming off. And but we, like I said, we did speak about it at half time that we felt like we wanted to be aggressive with our line and being a man down and knowing how Chelsea would set up, that there's going to be some, fair opportunity that he would have to be ready for that. And I thought he was outstanding on Monday night. He was brilliant. Not just with his goalkeeping, just his whole mentality of really, at times, being a one-man defence, what was coming to him, and I thought he was, outstanding.
And with all these injuries, and also the fact it's Monday to Saturday, and the kickoffs is quite a short period. There's a lot of reasons and arguably excuses. Top don't drop off tomorrow. You is there no excuse? But,
Well, to be fair, like I said, we've had plenty of excuses already we could have used. And I know. It seems people seem to think that it's been a fairly smooth ride so far, but I can assure you it hasn't been. We've had plenty of reasons not to be where we are. Plenty of excuses in terms of the disruptions we've had and already, and some of the challenges we've had to face. And fair to say that we won't be using any kind of reason for us not to perform at our best tomorrow. We're a tough opponent. Wolves are a very good side. I think Gary O'Neill's an outstanding young manager, and we're going to get really tested, but we've been tested in every game, and it's up to us to sort of match that.
Thank you.